Hey everybody, welcome back to Beneath the Bark Woodcrafting. Today we are going to briefly touch over making an epoxy form. I kind of screwed up and made it beforehand and then we are going to actually go over prepping this board to pour the epoxy, sealing the wood, caulking everything down, making sure the board's clamped down, that your piece is not going to float when the epoxy gets poured, and you don't want to lose all that money leaking out of this dang form, because that would be just awful. So for today's video, we're going to be using Total Boat Epoxy, and which is very easy. It's 1-to-1 mix ratio, which part A resin, part B hardener. So what that means is in 1 cup I'm going to pour, say for instance, if I want to make 12 ounces altogether, I'll pour part A 6 ounces, part B 6 ounces, and then those 2 cups together will be poured into this 3rd cup to make the 12 ounces that I was going for. And with that being said, once that is done, then read the directions, but then I will mix the cup in here for 3 to 4 minutes very slowly and very deliberately, not to get bubbles. And then what I do, and what a lot of people recommend, is to then pour into a 4th cup and start the stirring process again 3 to 4 minutes until everything looks pretty fluid and it's the viscosity as well and whatnot. And then I let it sit for 2 to 3 minutes and let the bubbles come to the top, torch a little bit, and then one new recommendation that I had gotten is to actually put that cup into heated water, let it sit for a few minutes, and watch the bubbles rise to the top, torch them again. So we will try that. I'm actually going to mix some here now. Before you pour anything, make sure that materials being used are dusted off, whether that's with air, one of these. Ounces altogether. So I'm going to pour 4 ounces first into here. Go slowly because it's easier to stop. If you can see, we got 2.5 ounces of resin, 2.5 ounces of hardener. Now I pour the resin into the hardener. Should always wear gloves too. But okay, I set a 4-minute timer and I'm just going to stir this slow and get all the sides down in the corners. I'm just gonna stir slow because you don't want a lot of bubbles. After you've gotten your epoxy mixed up, I put it in some pretty hot water to let the bubbles soak to the top. It just helps the process. It helps the bubbles get up there. There's a lot of other methods, much better ones I'm sure, but this is the one. After getting all those bubbles to the top, now I put it in hot water. I am now going to seal all the bark and everything with the epoxy.